Have you ever really been excited for your Christmas gift, thinking you were getting something awesome, and then you opened it and it was another pair of Christmas socks?
Today, we're gonna talk about how to manage letdowns this Christmas.
All right, so we're talking about this idea of managing expectations and how to handle some letdowns. I'm sure it is a common thing that many of us kind of went into Christmas with these certain levels of expectation, whether it be you thought your wife was going to get you an espresso machine and she got you just a cheap coffee maker, right? You thought you were getting a pair of J's and you got a pair of slides, right? Like, you're like, what's going on, right? Like, but maybe it's you thought Christmas dinner was going to look like this and your Christmas dinner ended up more like ours with little kids running around, older kids wanting to be with their girlfriends and everyone's away. Milk
chairs
spilled
on the floor.
And it's like, what happened here? You spent hours making dinner and it's gone within 13 minutes, right? Like, You're like, what's going on? Whatever that expectation is, here's what I want to talk about today. The truth is, we're in a different season.
Yep.
And the truth is, there's all kinds of rules and regulations on us right now. And Christmas isn't going to be what we're used to Christmas being. Maybe some of the traditions that we're used to doing, we're not. Here's a reality. We're not meeting as a church for Christmas Eve, right? I love Christmas Eve. For us, one of our traditions was 6 or 7 experiences for Christmas Eve. Last year, we had over 2,500 people, almost 3,000 people that we ministered to in our Christmas Eve experience, right? Then after that whole crazy experience of time and energy, we had all of our staff over and we would read towards the night before Christmas with all the staff kids. And it was just this awesome experience that we did as a staff family. We're not
Probably
meeting as a
not
church.
gonna do that.
Right? Odds are you're not going to be going to church this week. Right? So what do we do with that? How do we manage the fact that this Christmas is going to feel and look different than what we're used to?
So number one, again, is one of my favorites, is make a plan for Christmas, but be prepared with a contingency plan.
Yeah.
It's good to go in with a plan and have certain expectations, but instead of being let down when those plans aren't able to happen, you have a backup plan of something else that you can do that'll be just as great.
We've been talking here as a staff because we're making plans and then rules keep changing.
And then we change our plans.
That what we do is we actually make plans because you have to have plans. We have to have structure. We have to have these things. And then if we need to, we're willing to burn the plans and go with something different, right? But we still have to make those plans. So make your plans, do what you need to do, but then have contingency plans set in place.
Yep.
What happens if we can't do this? What happens if we lose this? What happens if this doesn't come through? Put those things together and then navigate and expect, because that actually helps you and your family navigate those expectations or unmet thought processes, right? The second thing is this, and this is so important. We have to choose joy.
It is so easy to be negative in this season that we're living in.
So easy.
It's so easy just to see the glass half empty and just go down that rabbit trail. But when you go negative, you can only go worse.
Well, it's like the old school illustration. If I tell you right now, I want everyone just to close their eyes, and I want you to clear your mind, and I do not want you to think about a pink elephant. What immediately happens? You're like, pink elephant pops right into your mind. That's all you can think of. Because I said, don't do it, right? But because what I force you to think about is what you end up concentrating on. So if you end up going, man, I'm thinking negative, guess what you see? You only see the negative, right? You see the entire world through negative, and you're not even seeing it. You're looking for things to reassure your assumptions. You're looking for things to make you go, yeah, this isn't fair. This isn't right. We gotta flip that script.
Yes.
We gotta start seeing that there is joy. We gotta start saying, you know what? I'm healthy, relatively healthy. I have breath in my lungs. I have this, I have that, right? I'm doing better than what I thought I would be doing, right? We have to start to actually choose joy.
And being creative, coming up with new ideas for Christmas and what it could look like, right?
Right, have fun with it. Embrace, like one of the big things is like, just embrace where we're at. And then find joy in that. You know what? Yeah, this is different. We're not able to see our family the way we're used to. We're not able to go to church. But then I'm going to embrace joy. I'm going to choose how I respond to this. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to embrace it. And I'm going to find new life in it.
And I think joy is contagious. When you're around someone who's full of joy and is excited about new concepts, new ideas, and trying fun new things, you want to jump on that ship too, right? It's sad being negative all the time. So when you choose joy, you're actually bringing joy to people around you as well.
Number 3 is choose generosity.
Yeah.
I've learned something in my life that when I'm going through a hard time, if I can take my eyes off myself and put them on somebody else, it actually makes a difference. Right? If I can actually go, you know what? I'm going to stop looking at all my reasons and my frustrations. I'm going to choose to serve, bless, or invest in somebody else. What a difference that makes. Listen, there's so much need in our culture right now. There's so much opportunity. And I'm not even talking about giving, right? I'm not even talking about financially giving. I'm not even talking about buying a gift. I'm talking about simple things that we can do to let our neighbor know we're thinking of them. Drop off a candy cane, drop off, whatever. See somebody and say something to them. Smile at somebody, pay for somebody's gift in the Tim Hortons drive-thru line.
Oh, isn't
right?
that the greatest thing? Have you ever had your coffee paid for by the car ahead of you? It changes your outlook on the entire day. And the crazy thing is you might never ever see that person again to be able to thank them, but their act of generosity actually changed the trajectory of your day.
Choosing generosity can make so much of a difference, not only for the person you're being generous to, but also it changes our own perspective.
Yep.
And so, it's a different Christmas. Yeah, there's room to be negative. There's room to be frustrated. But let's choose joy. And then let's choose to be generous. Let's do what we can. I'm not talking about going in debt and buying the biggest gift. I'm talking about what small things can I do in a day to bless other people, to actually live my life, not about hoarding and what I want and what I'm missing out on, but live my life and going, how do I serve others? How do I bless others? How do I make a real and practical difference in the lives of those around me? And then the very last one is, let's remember what Christmas is about.
Yeah.
As much as it's about family, as much as it's about getting together and having the perfect turkey dinner, as much as it's about getting, that epic espresso machine as your Christmas gift, Christmas is really about the fact that Jesus came to die on a cross.
Yep.
So that you and I in our brokenness don't have to live there. So that the attacks of the enemy don't have to be victorious. So that negativity is defeated by the power of Jesus Christ. So that our insecurities don't have authority to lie to us, so our past doesn't define us. You see, that's why Christmas is here. And we may not be able to get together as church, we may not get together, all those things, but here's what I do have. I can reach out to God at any moment, and I can sit with him, and I can say, God, thank you for what you've done, because who I am today, because of you, I could never achieve it on my own. I couldn't have the confidence, I couldn't have the forgiveness of sins, I couldn't have the intimacy with you that I have today if you didn't come to this world to die on a cross for me. And there's where joy comes from, right? My joy isn't dependent on external things. My joy isn't dependent on a situation. My joy is dependent on the fact that Christ loved me enough to come to this world, to live in this world, to walk in this world, to teach us a new way of love, and then to die on a cross so I can have forgiveness for my sins. Let's put that in perspective and choose this year to go, yeah, you're right. I got socks instead of an espresso machine, but I'm choosing joy.
Glad you're reserved.
I'm choosing to send those socks to my teenage son. And I'm choosing to remember the whole point of Christmas isn't even about an espresso machine, although I should get it. It is about Jesus and what he came to do for me. Thanks so much for watching with us today. I hope you get exactly what you're wanting this Christmas, but I hope that you choose joy, and I hope you choose generosity, and I hope you're reminded of Christ's amazing love and purpose for your life. Have an awesome day.